THANGS. Welcome back to my channel where we listen to spooky stories and eat some yummy food together. Look how good this looks. Today we have an egg and onion boil. I have 5 boiled eggs here with some lemon and a garlic breadstick in the back here. I've always wanted to try the egg and onion boil with the seafood boil sauce, which I just made. Looks delicious. And today we're gonna be talking about people's scary dreams. Oddly enough, I just had a bad dream last night. And if you guys have any scary dreams that you would like to share, I'm gonna drop my email here. Send me an email and I'll share your story. Let's get into our first bites. Okay guys, if you're ready, then get your favorite snack, get a cozy blanket, and let's get freaky guys. Let's go. Let's start with story number 1.
I was around 4 at the time, in an old house in the middle of nowhere. I was an upbeat person who hated something that made no sense to me, a trait typical for children in my opinion. This is why, on one late night in my childhood home, a particular nightmare scarred me for months to come. The only part I seem to remember is as follows. I sat alone in my dark bedroom, the window to the side indicating that it was late at night. I stared at the open door at the foot of my bed, angled to the left and opening out to a grim yet lit hallway. I reached to my side to a small area between the wall and the side of my bed, looking for something to mess with, before finding a strange old photo deep down in the random trash. I pulled it out. It seemed to be from an old Polaroid camera. I can't remember how long I stared at that photo, but it's engraved in my head. The old photo was of a zoomed-out scene on a desert road. It looked to be late afternoon, the sky and clouds a dark orange along with the surroundings. No sun was in sight. On the left end of the road was a small bus, akin to a hippie van, that was gray, white, and a very dull blue. But whatever the hell was on the right side of the road was what terrified me. On the right side of the road sat a huge tall oval that took up a lot of the right side of the photo. It looked like an eye almost, with the inside being pitch black, surrounded in a large white ring. It sat there menacingly, as if looking deep into my being. After that I couldn't look at ovals or circles for a while without freaking out. I saw that hellish oval everywhere. In picture books, TV shows, drawings, anything with a circle was unbearable. This dragged on for what felt like months, until finally I was able to suppress it in the back of my mind and move on. Until recently, that is. For confirmation, our school puts art projects from our art class in large glass display cases on the walls in the hallway. So one day I was walking to my next class when I saw the display case and decided to take a look, as I typically did. It was a doodle for Google competition. I looked with content at all of the neat designs varying in artistic ability, and then I stopped dead in my tracks. One of the entries was a design that included multiple Polaroid photos around the Google logo, pictures of both scenic landscapes and people. But one of them was exactly like the one in my dream, the large eye and the dark landscape, as well as a car at the start of the road. Everything from the surroundings to the giant eyeball. It was all the same. This troubled me so much that it haunted me for weeks. It was all I could think about. So, of course, I decided to talk to one of my friends to see if she had any comments. Then she relayed to me something that shocked me to my core. She had the exact same dream. Well, not exactly. She was about 5, laying in her bed when she looked over to her dresser. Behind it she saw a sparkling shape, and she had reached for it as any curious child would do. As she pulled it out, she was met with the exact same photo that I'd seen, except there was a hospital instead of a van. The after-effects of the dream were the same too. She was horrified of hospitals and ovals for months onward. This brings me to my current disarray of questions and concerns. Who drew that entry in the hall? Had they had the same dream as well? What do these dreams mean? Does everyone have them at a young age, and if so, why? Why did it scare me and my friends so much? If anyone else has had a dream like or similar to this, please respond to this thread or DM me personally. I need answers. Me and my friend are scared. We need to know for our own safety.
Comment down below if you've ever had a scary dream like that, or if you've seen something similar like she was talking about. I don't know, man. Dreams are so weird. They're so mysterious. I love hearing about people's dreams. I personally think that when we dream, it's like our soul is leaving our physical body and we're getting a little taste of what the afterlife is like. I don't know, that's just me. Alright, let's get into our next story.
Hi. I just want to share my story where I literally visit hell. Yes, you've read it right. Hell is real. Let me debunk this for you. Sorry for my grammar. English is not my first language, but I tried my best to explain this as good as I can. Year 2018, freshman college. I just got home from a dance practice. It was already 9 p.m. and I really want to sleep. My mom was downstairs and told me to eat first before I sleep since it's not good to rest with an empty stomach. I refused. After a few minutes, I changed my clothes, lay down on my bed, and scrolled through my phone for an hour. I didn't realize I fell asleep until I saw myself sleeping. Yes, I saw myself sleeping. I was shook when there's a light above my head instantly shines through my eyes. The light was so bright that also the sun will burn. Then, I heard a loud man's voice. That voice I will never forget. The voice was majestic that is full of command. The moment I've heard the voice, I instantly knew who it was. It was God. Yes, it was God. And you know what he said? I'll show you what hell looks like. Don't be scared. I'll be with you. And in a snap, I was in hole, like a black hole, sliding down like it was never ending. It was pitch black. You can't see anything, but I can feel the heat and burn through my skin. Yes, burn. I cried to God and told him that I can't do it. It hurts so bad. He didn't make the pain last. He made my trip short. In just a blink of an eye, we already made it through hell. Yes, hell. God was beside me. I cannot see his face. For real. His face was so bright. His wearing a pure white robe, like the cleanest white clothes you could ever see in your entire life. I looked down and saw many people screaming. Yes, I can't explain thoroughly and can't put to words, but this is for sure. Hell is a volcano full of people screaming and dying again and again and again. Then again, in just a blink of an eye, God and I were in different location. It's still in hell, but the other side of it. I saw my best friend. My effing best friend. 2 demons beside her. Eating her. It was such a crucial pain. She was crying and she saw me. She was crying for help. I cannot do anything since I was scared. If you're going to ask me what was demons look like, damn hell scary. 2 horns, ugly face, large vampire teeth. It was monstrous. Literally a monster. I turned to God and hugged him and told him I don't want this anymore. Oh Lord God, he hugged me. I've never felt this kind of peace. After that, I woke up. I woke up and can still feel the burning sensation on my skin. That was the moment I knew hell is real. If hell is real, so is God.
Holy. That was a crazy story. Holy crap. Has anyone had any similar experiences? Comment down below, guys. And if you're liking these stories so far, make sure to drop a like on this video. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. We have many more coming. What are your thoughts on that dream? It's so scary. Alright guys, we have one more dream. Let's get it.
A week ago, my friend Samir, not his real name, called me in the middle of the night, his voice filled with anxiety and fear. He told me about a strange dream that keeps recurring in a terrifying way. At first, I didn't take it seriously, but the details he shared sent chills down my spine. Samir always dreams of the same scene. He's lying in his bed in his bedroom. The lights are dim, the atmosphere warm and calm. Suddenly, a stunningly beautiful woman appears next to him. Her long, wavy black hair cascades like silk. Her eyes are mesmerizing as if they're looking into his soul, and her smile radiates safety and happiness. They talk for a bit. Her voice is soft and alluring, drawing him in. She moves closer and the excitement builds, making everything feel like a perfect dream, until it suddenly doesn't. Samer says that every time, just as he's feeling pure bliss, the woman's features start to change. Her face begins to distort. Her eyes turn completely black and her mouth stretches unnaturally wide, revealing sharp, jagged teeth. Low, muffled sounds echo in the room, like distant, sinister laughter. He tries to get up, but his body remains frozen. The woman transforms into a horrifying ghost, crawling over him slowly. Her disfigured face comes closer to his, and he can feel her icy breath on his skin. Then she starts whispering in his ear, words in a strange language he can't understand, but the voice is deep and terrifying, as if it's coming from another world. Every time the dream ends the same way. She opens her mouth impossibly wide, as if she's about to devour him whole, and he wakes up at the last moment, drenched in sweat, as if the dream was real. The strangest part is that Samer says he's been experiencing something even more bizarre. He claims that after waking up, he still feels a cold touch on his shoulder, as though she never really left. One night he even found a long strand of black hair on his pillow, with no explanation for how it got there. Now, Samer is terrified to sleep. He feels like this entity isn't just a dream but something real, trying to reach him from another realm. He shared this story with me, swearing it's true. The problem is, I've started feeling something strange myself when I sleep.
Our last story today is going to be about sleep paralysis. I've only experienced it one time, and it's so terrifying. And there's many different things that sleep paralysis could be. It could be that your body's sleeping, your mind is awake, and so you start hallucinating and you see these scary things. Or you could be getting a visit from a demon. That's my guess. But anyways, guys, it kind of ties into dreams. But I will be doing a video specifically on sleep paralysis, so let me know if you guys have any experiences of sleep paralysis. Let's get into our last story.
For months, I've had what I thought was sleep paralysis. I'd wake up totally conscious, but I couldn't move a muscle. It would last for a few minutes, and I'd just lie there, staring at the ceiling, trying to breathe through the panic until my body finally started working again. It happened maybe once or twice a month, always the same way. I never saw anything weird, no shadow people or hallucinations, just the total inability to move. My doctor said it was normal, just stress, bad sleep schedule, nothing to worry about. So I just dealt with it. A few weeks ago, I woke up again in the middle of one of these episodes. I couldn't turn my head, but I could see movement in my peripheral vision. Someone was standing next to my bed. Is this the sleep paralysis demon everyone talks about? I could feel the mattress shift as he leaned down. I wanted to scream, but my throat wouldn't work. Then he did something that I knew wasn't a demon hallucination. He reached out and brushed my hair back. Slow and gentle. I must have blacked out because when I woke up I could move again, and I was alone. The room was exactly how I'd left it. Nothing missing, no signs of forced entry. I kept telling myself it was a really messed up dream, but I couldn't shake it. So I set up my phone to record while I slept, just to prove to myself that nothing was happening. The next morning I had 3 hours of footage of me sleeping. Normal. Then right around 3:15 a.m. the screen lit up with movement. The door to my room opened. A man stepped inside. He walked up to my bed, stood over me for a long time, then pulled something from his pocket. He leaned down, did something near my face, then just stood there, watching me. I stopped the video. I was shaking so bad I almost dropped my phone. My brain was trying to find some kind of explanation that didn't mean what I knew it meant. I called the cops. They found a small puncture wound behind my ear. A toxicology report found traces of a paralytic agent in my system. The lock on my apartment door wasn't broken. There were no signs of forced entry. The police think he had a key. How long had he been doing this? Every time I thought I was waking up with sleep paralysis, it was actually him. He was in my room, watching me, touching me. They haven't caught him yet.
I was not expecting that to be a real person. That was a crazy twist. Holy. Alright, thank you so much for joining me for another video. This was so yummy. I'm definitely gonna do this again. And don't forget, if you guys have any scary stories of your own, send me an email or comment down below. I would love to hear your guys' stories. Spooky.